Tourtière?
Tourtière.
Tourtière. Tourtière.
Tourtière. Tourtière. Hey everyone! It's Christmas season, so what that means the Barrett household is meat pie season.
Meat pies. Tourtière.
Tourtière. Dave doesn't know this, but I actually married him for the meat pie recipe. It's true. It's handed down through generations in his family, and it is great.
My grandmother's maiden name is Keel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the recipe. So we're going to make this today. We are starting out with about 7 pounds of sirloin roast, about 3 pounds of pork loin bone in, and a couple of beef soup bones. And cover it with water. And we're going to roast this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for probably about 6 hours. Might take a little more, might take a little less. You want to cook everything to well done for this recipe. While you've got your meat cooking, it's a good idea to pull out all of your Christmas goodies and start decorating. This one's from 1982.
My mom made this one.
Yeah? Cool.
Or my dad. My mom made my dad make it.
Yes, your mom probably did make your dad make it. I love my little train. So does Rick over at Old Camp Ranch. He's got a nice little Christmas train too. It's all set up, running. If you haven't been over to visit Rick's channel, Old Camp Ranch, get over there. But disclaimer, he's a pretty funny dude and he's got some really cool stuff going on. It's almost time to really kick the meat pies into high gear. I got a nice pot of potatoes boiled up. The meat's all done. Big pile of onions. And we got the meat grinder out. Just gonna drain some of the juice out of here. And don't you worry, we'll be using this stuff. Get all the bones out. Break up the meat. Pepper. Savoury. Salt. Onions. Start putting the potatoes in. Those are hot. It's already starting to smell like meat pie.
All of this gets ground up together in a meat grinder. I have this KitchenAid meat grinder here. It's gonna be a little loud. The pie crust that I'm using for here is a lard crust. You use about a pound of lard. You use a bunch of flour. I think it was 5.5 cups of flour. 1 egg, some salt, and some water. The egg, salt, water, and white vinegar add up to 1 cup. Now I formed it into a ball, 6 balls, and put it in the fridge for a bit to cool while we finished cooking the meat pie. Now I'm just flour the surface. And it's time to make the pie. We are so close to meat pies, I can almost taste it. So I have the crust ready, had enough crust for 3 pies, and now it's time to fill them. So fill them up, basically right up to the top, as much as you can shove in here. Into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until the crust is golden brown.
The pie is ready. Now there's one other thing here. If you remember the recipe that we were looking at earlier engraved on that nice slab of wood, it says, serve with bread and butter pickles. Now, this pie recipe is my grandmother's on my father's side. This bread and butter pickle recipe is my grandmother's recipe on my mother's side. So I'm pretty lucky to have these 2 things, family recipes. Now, speaking of which, also on that recipe, it says, savor with family and friends. And that's what we're gonna do. Some of these pies are gonna make their way around. Some will be enjoyed with family, some with friends. Make sure you try the meat pies.